Preparing for the Eclipse Part 1. You can make your own pinhole camera using a printout diagram from NASA. I have a link to the PDF plans that you can print out so you can try this project yourself. The first step will be to print out this document. Printing it out on cardstock as your printer paper will give the camera some additional stability, but regular paper should work too. Remember to experiment with the scale of your printout and settings to ensure that it is as large as possible without getting cut off. After printing out the template, we will want to start cutting out our project. I have a simple black and white printer, but yours may look even cooler if you own a color printer. When we get to the section that we need to cut out in the middle for the view window, we can start our cut with a standard hole punch and then cut out the rest with scissors. With the view window cut out, we can then begin to fold our project to make a box. We can then tape everything in place. At this point, we have the option to add on our side solar panels for a cooler look, and they should also help block out light from our viewing window. And finally, poke a tiny pinhole into the front as indicated. At this point, we can test out our pinhole camera on a sunny day so that we know that we're ready when the eclipse hits. Preparing for the Solar Eclipse Part 2. In preparation for the solar eclipse, we're going to create a pinhole camera using a shipping box. You can also do this with a shoebox or a cereal box, but I'm betting most people have access to an Amazon box somewhere nearby. The first step will be to tape up the box closed. If you have any dark colored tape like duct tape, you can use it to help seal out any of the outside light from your box. Once the box is taped up, we can cut out our first window on the side of the box. This is how we will be looking into the box. We can tape our cardboard cutout on the side of the window to act as a sun shield. Now we can cut out a section in the front of the box and cover it with thin aluminum tape. If you don't have this type of tape, you can also use a sheet of aluminum foil taped to the front. Now we can add a pinhole to the front. At this point, we can test out our pinhole camera on a sunny day so that we know that we're ready when the eclipse hits. Preparing for the Eclipse Part 3. Here's a cool little project that you can do as you prepare for the solar eclipse. Even if you don't have a view in the line of totality, this can be something that you do to create a cool effect. First, you want to go to fontspace.com and search for dotted fonts. I'll have a link in the description below. Then go to your download files and extract all to the zip file that contains your fonts. Then right-click on the font files and install them. After you've installed your fonts, you can use Word to access your new fonts. Open up a new Word document and change your orientation to landscape. Type out your name in the new font. This will work best if you use cardstock as your printer paper, since it's a bit more structurally sound, but regular printer paper will work as well. Check out the description for the type of paper that I used. I found that font size 110 worked well for me. Then print your name out. Now you have a dotted template letting you know where to punch holes in the paper. The best hole punch to use will be the type that allows you to punch holes anywhere in the paper. I'll link to one in the description. For added stability, consider placing your printout in a frame, but only if you can remove the back and any glass so that it's just the paper in the frame. Now we can practice with the printout on a white surface on a sunny day. Now when the eclipse happens, all sorts of neat effects may occur as totality approaches. Preparing for the Eclipse Part 4. If you plan on taking pictures of the solar eclipse, don't wait until the big day to find out that you can't get a shot of it. In order to take a picture of the sun, you're going to need a solar filter for your camera. Solar filters can be expensive, but one cheaper alternative is to get a cardboard foldable solar filter. I will have a link to where you can find one of these. They come in 50mm and 70mm sizes. When your filter arrives, it'll arrive flat, so you'll need to fold it into a cylinder-like shape. Then you can place it on your camera. If your camera's like mine, you may not have a perfect fit, but you can cut out a piece of foam or even use a cardboard box to make an adapter. Trace both the shape of your camera lens and the shape of your lens filter to your foam. Then cut it out. You will now have a gasket that you can use to fit the filter snugly. Now you can practice by taking a picture of the sun on a sunny day to make sure that you're ready for the eclipse.